All right, Los. I know you've seen Tua enter this concussion protocols, but very unfortunate situation. The Dolphins have lost a lot of games in a row. They're still fighting for their playoff lives. So I have a couple questions on this situation. First, do you think that the Dolphins have a chance to make the playoffs? They got to win one of these. I think they have to win their last game. I think this next game doesn't necessarily matter. They got to beat the Jets. Do you think they can still make the playoffs if Tua can't play? And what do you think about the fact that Tua was allowed to keep playing even after he took a big hit? Because we saw other guys who got in big hits, they got pulled from the game. They called down and said, hey, we got to go test this guy. They didn't do that with Tua, which is weird because Tua is one of the guys we've seen have multiple concussions. They tried to lie about the first one, called it a back injury. We know he hit his head, then he got hit his head again. And the dude couldn't even control his body. So the fact that they didn't call down when he took another similar hit is kind of crazy. And the stats, if you look at the stats before he took that hit and after that hit, kind of crazy. So I want to get your thoughts on those two things.
Man, okay. First things first. After the last Tua concussion, see the problem is the NFL is trying to cover their tracks because they said the very first time wasn't a concussion; it was a spinal injury. Similar, he had the same reaction on the very first concussion, official concussion they gave him. So I look at it this way, bro. Tua has to seriously look at his health. CTE is a real thing. Booger McFarland, he was speaking the other day, and he was like, I guess the panel was talking about, can the dog is Tua going to come back for week 17, this and the third, and he was like, why are we even talking about this? The man needs to go home and sit down. Like he doesn't need to be playing another game at least this year. And to be honest with you, bro, with these concussions, when you get a severe concussion, you're normally supposed to take 2-3 months off. A lower grade concussion, you could take 3 to 7 days off and still go back out there. But football's a dangerous game. There's turf under there, so there's cement under the field. So at the end of the day, he's going to get hit. He's a small quarterback already. He's already small as it is. So he's going to get hit. He's going to get flung around. And this is just another example of what's going to come. He has a whole life ahead of him. But if he keeps playing in the NFL, bro, it's not that people are not going to stop hitting him. People are not going to stop slamming him. People are not going to stop sacking him. He's going to continue to take hits like this. So at the end of the day, he has to have somebody in his corner telling him, hey, man, this football thing might not be it. You might want to look into getting the coaching. You might look into doing something else. I know people are talking about him finishing the season. I don't think Tua should play football ever again.
Look, I agree with you on that. I don't think that's very far fetched. The thing is, like you said, when you get three concussions in this short of a span, it's been a couple months, few months, whatever it's been, and he's had three very, very hard hits to the head. And like you said, that is nothing to play with. I think it's hard to tell a football player because football players are conditioned to be tough guys, to be fight through everything. I'm a keep playing, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play with my guys. But like you said, there has to be some sort of somebody has to be in Tua's corner to tell him like your life is bigger than football. You're not just a football player, like you're a man, you're a human being, and this isn't safe when you take this many hits. And clearly, when he gets hit and he gets slammed, he doesn't know how to not hit his head. His head keeps bouncing off the ground. Um, so yeah, first and foremost, he probably, like you said, shouldn't play the rest of this season, if ever. Like that should be a discussion that he should have because it's not safe, bro. When you take this many hits, it's not safe. Um, I think that it's a bad sign for the NFL when you have, first of all, if we're going to talk about concussions, like and I hate to say it like this, he's the poster boy for concussions right now because
Yep.
he's the one that's getting the most severe ones. So when you see him take that sort of hit, there should be somebody should have stopped him and took him out the game. There has to, whether it's his coach, because
That's
obviously he's not going to take himself out, but somebody has to do it. You know what I'm saying?
and that's my thing, bro. Like you just said, Tua's not like Tua needs saving from his own self.
It's yeah, and you would think that if there was any player that they were going to be extremely cautious with, it would be Tua. And the fact that he got to finish that game is it's alarming. It's not good. And like I said, you can see the stats clearly before. The one thing we can say about Tua, no matter what you feel about his game, if you think his arm is weak, you think he's not as talented, he's an accurate quarterback. He's very accurate. The thing that he's been his entire career is accurate. Before the concussion, he was his normal self, very accurate. After that hit, he threw three picks. He was wild with it with his throws. He was short with his throws. So it was clear that something was off. And now like you said, if he plays another game this season, I feel like the NFL can't allow that. So if they do, that's going to be a very bad sign. But I do want to get your thoughts. Do you think the Dolphins can make the playoffs if he does not play?
No, no. Unfortunately, I don't foresee them making enough plays on the offensive end, bro. Tua makes a lot of plays for that team, bro. Whether it's with his feet, whether it's with his arm, whether it's with them simultaneously. There's so many plays we see where Tua's scrambling outside the pocket, making things happen for that team. I don't foresee them winning this game, bro. And if Tua plays, I'm damn near boycotting the NFL.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. It's tough because the Dolphins they've been playing worse. They've been losing a lot of games. The Jets have kind of fell off too a little bit. Mike White's a little dinged up. So if Mike White plays, I think obviously the Jets are a little bit better than if Wilson plays. But I'm gonna go with the Jets. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I think that they can
Okay.
sneak out that last game. But like you said, they're not gonna make any noise in the playoffs. I think they're gonna be one and done. But I do think that they're gonna win that last game against the Jets, and get into the playoffs. But let's hope that Tua takes the rest of this year off just for his own precautions. Because I just yeah I it's sad to see and a guy like it's sad to see a guy that's Tua's age, deal with something like this because now we know we've seen what CTE can do to your brain. It can really fuck you up. And I don't want to see that happen to Tua. And the thing is like if he keeps playing, bro, there's nothing stopping him from getting more concussions. And he's gonna be a young age where his brain's gonna start getting messed up. It's not gonna be when he's old. It's gonna be when he's 35, 40 years old. Something bad might truly happen. So I hope that Tua gets the care that he needs. I hope that the Dolphins at least show now that they've learned something from these past situations and that his life is more important than trying to win these football games. They haven't shown that before, but I hope that they show it going forward. So let's pray for Tua.
We're praying for Tua here at SSN, man, and for a speedy recovery. And we just hope that somebody in his corner is pointing him in the right direction.
Facts, facts, facts. Also, let us know if you think the Dolphins can still make the playoffs without Tua. They got Teddy Bridgewater starting, so we'll see what a big ball game Teddy got left in them. But yeah, man,
Hey,
thank y'all tuning in. If y'all new to the channel, definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on them post notifications because we
for
dropping
sure.
y'all all the time. We got the YouTube Shorts going for y'all, Instagram, we got the TikTok popping. Over 11,000 followers on TikTok, so we going up. We appreciate everybody that's been following, staying tapped in with the Stoners, man. This has been another debate over here on SSN. And just like that, we out.
Hey, we out, man.